Should we read it?
Want me to read the question?
Sure.
Okay. So Sam experiences sexism from both the moms at the alternative high school and the school's administration as the only male at the alternative high school. Even strangers treat him differently. What are some examples? Is he treated unfairly or is it justified? Are there any examples of sexism in this novel, or what about ageism?
I had an example, like, when he was going through the security at a school, like, the security guard let through the mom, without, like, any trouble, but when the alarm went off, and, like, Max or Sam already said it was his car seat, and then, like, the security guard didn't believe him or whatever, and had to check through everything, but he didn't check the mom's, and that was on page 24.
That was annoying because, like, I remember that, like, afterwards, after that, he, like, went into it and, like, just, like, really frazzled, and then everyone was like, Sam, like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with, Max and stuff? So, like, everyone was up his butt about, like, parenting and stuff. Like, every girl in the classroom thought he, like, had a solution. Like, in page, like, 25 or whatever, they were just all, like, he probably needs, like, a new diaper. Tana said, like, and then he said, like, I would never even think of that myself. So it's, like, obviously he knows what to do.
Well, yeah, like, and on page 25, they kept, like, they weren't, like, telling him, like, to his face what to do, but they were, like, telling him, like, oh, you need to know how to do this, like, with, like, the diapers and stuff.
Yeah.
Who is Tommy Olsen?
He's in the other group.
You were just
No,
He left.
He went to a conference.
Well, when he comes back, he needs to go to. Is he in a conference room? You said.
No, he went to his
When he comes back, he needs to go down to Ferry's class. Whatever.
No, but, like, I just think that they were, like, trying to control what he was doing. Like, they could tell that he was just, like, kind of mad. And, like, I feel like the women in the office are always, like, trying to take control of him. Like, they think since he's a boy, like, he literally doesn't know what to do. They're like, oh, you forgot diapers yesterday. And he's like, yeah, like, I know. Like, he's not stupid.
You make him feel bad about it.
Yeah.
I
agree. Sorry, Taylor.
Wait, you can go.
Okay, that's really annoying.
No, Taylor, just go.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So I have the same example as everyone else, pretty much, with the car seat. And, like, what bothered me the most is not, like, because if you think about it, it's one thing for people to be kind of, like, skeptical about a teen parent, because, like, that would be for me where you wouldn't, like, trust someone as much. But it was annoying how, like, she got let in just because she was a girl, and, like, he wasn't let in just because he was a guy, and it's like, that doesn't mean that she's more qualified for anything than he is.
Well,
Okay, sorry, that's right. No, it's right. Go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna go. And going off of that, mine's really small, then you can go, Allison. But, I think it's also really annoying for the security guard because he's a guy, so you'd think that he would understand, but he doesn't. So, yeah. Okay, go ahead, Allison.
And, like, he, like, doesn't really say anything about Sam's kid, but when like, Brianna walks through with her girl, he's like, oh my God, like, have a good day, sweetie, like, talking to the little girl, and, like, since he has a little boy, like, he just, like, kind of looks at him, like, doesn't do anything about it, like, doesn't, like, say, oh, he's so cute.
And, like, the way he felt, like, afterwards, it wasn't mentioned, but on page 26, it says, he's talking to Mrs. McPherson, and he's saying how it's not fair, and he, like, felt like, he says, like, I knew I sounded whiny and stupid, and I knew fathers weren't supposed to talk like that, but it's like, why is he any different from a mom? And then she says, you know, I'll mention it to them about going through security, and then she says, like, make sure you add extra diapers into the changing room today. Okay, you forgot yesterday. And it's just like they kind of nag on him more because he's like a father figure than if he was a mother, like reminding him of things that they think he wouldn't know just in the first place.
I have something like that a little bit. It was on page 104, and it was when Sam was visiting Brittany in the hospital. And even though it was I kind of took a different role on it, like of how Brittany's parents viewed Sam differently, because, I mean, it was like equally each other's parts, because there's two people having sex. It's not like it was just his choice. And so they, like, viewed him differently and was, like, thought of Sam as an irresponsible teen who, like, didn't make any correct decisions, even though Brittany, like, was also involved in that. And I kind of just thought of that as ageism and sexism, because it's, like, I just think that the parents, like, they just held his age against him and was like, oh, well, you're just, like, a dirty teen who had sex with my daughter, and things like that. And then it's just, like, I mean, it's definitely easier for the parents to blame Sam than blame their daughter, but it's just, like, I feel bad because they just take it out on him just because he's the male, and that happens a lot.
And it's stupid because he's the one who actually took the baby, so it's like.
And then going off of what Callie said on page 24, like the security guy who was like, damn teenagers screwing around. So it's kind of like, that's ageism, whatever. And then I also agree with like what everyone said about like the car seat and the, the girls in the alternative school were saying, and like they were acting like he didn't know anything. He was like clueless.
I just like thought of this when he's like, when he went to go meet the baby and like the nurse was being really nice to him. It was like a good way of showing how like he's a dad. Like she was acting differently with like the mom and like him, but saying like, oh, dads are important too. Like she was actually, I just remembered that.
Yeah,
but she was like really cute about it and she was being nice to him.
Yeah, it was probably like really nice for Sam to finally experience something like that, because like on page 9, he like avoids someone he used to know because like he was tired of people being like, Sam, how are you? Because like he was tired of them feeling bad for him, and so it was probably really nice that the nurse treated him like that.
Yeah, I had examples off of like page 9 and 10 as well, because I said the same exact thing. I was like, that's like really sad, because he's like, oh yeah, I picked like a store far away because like it was far away from home, and then like the same situation. And then on page 10, like the like lady that was like doing the cash register or whatever, she's like, is this your little brother? And everywhere he goes, like he that's like an example of ageism. Like, yo, you're like a teenager, you can't have a kid. It's not like always gonna be like your little brother. And I always felt bad though for him, because like he went with it, like he was embarrassed by it.
I kind of talked about like how Sam got stuck in a terrible stereotype, because I kind of related it. So he like, guys who get girls pregnant just have a bad rep anyways, because they like, normally you think that they're like do bad in school and that they're just like people who don't really care about anything, or if anything like gets in trouble, or like their actions cause problems. And then I kind of, this is like kind of veering off, but I related it to page 83 when his like mom was dying and how he like for the first time he wanted to go to school in the morning. And I just thought that like he kind of is stuck inside of the stereotype of having like being a bad kid, kind of just because he had like such a tough background having his mom die. And so then that's at such a young age, so he kind of got mentally, like, I mean, he's just not mentally stable at that point, so then he like grew up like that, so then he's just like kind of getting into trouble, so he's like living up to a stereotype.
And going off of that, it's hard because his dad, like once his mom died, wasn't like, I feel like emotionally there for him. Like he was physically there, but like not emotionally, and not like guiding him like a dad should be. So
especially like you could tell the difference from when they went to that like fishing paragraph or chapter, and they were talking about how like it showed how nice that the dad was when the mom was alive, but then there was such a shift to when he was talking to him about his SATs and everything. Just like he didn't care about Sam as much as he used to.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go to the next question?
Wait, can I say one more thing?
No, we still have like a minute and a half on this one.
Going back to more like this stuff, I don't know, like they, you know how like Aunt Jean like made that list because I related that to like the fact that like even the women in his life, like yeah, I think like everyone like new parent like needs to like be reminded of doing some things. But, like his Aunt Jean like made that list because like it incorporated like everything he needed to do. Like he was like, he always came home and was just kind of like, oh, like playing with Max is one of the things I was supposed to do. It was on the list on the wall in my bedroom on like page 11. It said that, and like didn't we say like Aunt Jean made that list because like she was just like, yo, you don't know what you're doing, but I do, so I'll be here for you.
But that was kind of justified though. I mean, like
It was totally justified.
he uses it all the time, and it was like a first time parent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like I mean, like a lot of the times it isn't necessarily justified, but I feel like Aunt Jean was
That one was like really legit, and like I'm glad she was there, but like, because I think like even in general, new parents, like even if you're old, like you're still gonna have struggles, and you're still gonna need to like know what's up. And then like I kind of felt bad though, because like a little bit after that, like on page 11, like he went to sleep or like whatever, and he was like, he woke up and was like, oh hell, where's Max? Like I just feel bad, because he like woke up in a panic, like scared that like he'd be punished or like whatever. I don't know.
Go ahead, Annika.
Kind of like a different example to kind of like get away from like the beginning of the book, like everyone was saying on page 94, when
I think they went to like a garden or something. The four of them did, like Emily, Max, Sam, and Claire, and they go to this old lady who was like selling duck food, and she's like, are you two babysitting? And Claire's like, oh no, they're ours, and she's like, yours, and she looked at Sam and frowned, and like that was kind of just, that kind of stood out to me because she didn't look at Claire and frown, she looked at Sam, and it was just kind of like, that's almost like an ageism thing too, but it's just kind of a mixture because she looked at the guy, not the girl, and it's like more of the guy's fault to like parents than the girls.
Yeah, like I want to like say another example, like later in the book too, like
Then we have to be done.
on page like 176 to like 178 was like when Sam goes to like take Max to the hospital, and like the like emergency doctor like won't let them go back to their own, but then like moments later, like when another mom like had her child like in the emergency room, like she like got like let back to their like right away. So I felt like that was like another like thing where it was just like really unfair, like Sam, and like it showed ageism too, because just because he's like a young like dad like doesn't mean that he can't go back. There's like a sexism thing too. So.
Okay,